Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my hour of clairvoyance. I'm using two different cards today. I'm using my flower cards and I'm using my healing chakra cards. So when you're all ready, come and join me. I'm going to start with my flower cards first, I think. Yeah, I think I will. Okay. For June, it is quite cold. And it should be June is busting out all over. The flowers are all out, but no, it's just cool at the moment. Okay. Stace, do you want the first card? Right, Stace, I'm going to choose you the first card. And the first card for you is Primrose. Can you see that lovely card? Lovely, lovely primrose. And that colour is absolutely perfect. It says here you've been dilly-dallying just at the moment. Maybe you've been having a few upsets in the family. But I just say you have to settle down and start to think about yourself a bit more. The primrose says, I awaken to my full potential. So Stace, you have to start to come and bring yourself back to your full potential. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 primroses and one primrose that is just coming out. So maybe a child to come. Maybe there's one now in the offing or one's just come, but I know that is there with you, Stace. I want to say you are stronger than what you think you are, but sometimes you have to start to believe in yourself a bit more. I have a gentleman here with you, sweetheart. Hi, Mary. This gentleman, as he comes forward, he brings you some lovely pink roses. I don't know whether this is an uncle or a father figure, but I know this gentleman, as he comes forward, he brings you some pink roses. So I want to say mum's side of the family. He's saying here that there is strength in you, but you need to bring it more open. Right. I'm given Peter and also I'm given John with you. I know as I'm talking to you, Stace, that you need to start to think a bit more about you and how far you've come, because you've come a long way in a short time. And I feel you've got to start to trust yourself again. The gentleman says, always believe in yourself and you will get there. Okay. I know I've got a lady here with you, and this lady's a small lady. She's about 5'1", 5'2". She was very much a strong lady when she was on the earth plane. And I want to say it's either a grandmother or a great aunt. She gives me the names of Elizabeth and also she gives me Renee. So I know they're connected around you. She said I had to give you a ticking off because you're not doing what you had to do. There's also a sense with you, sweetheart, of knowing how far you've got yet to go, and that is to do with your spiritual pathway. Trust is the big issue. But she's saying here, trusting in yourself is the first step, but always remember, love always comes from family. I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me, Stace. Mary, let's give you a flower card, shall I? Mary, you've got the lost strife, and this is a wild orchid. Can you see? It's a lovely purple. It's quite strong in body, and it's very much like you, very strong in the body. It said, I accept my deep connection with everything around me, and that is about nature. You are a person that loves nature. I see here, this is only a small flower that grows quite a lot in the fields. But this lovely wild orchid is very much a flower that doesn't hide away. And you don't hide away either. But I just feel that I want to say to you, now is the time to find the true Mary Urban. Sweetheart, there is a lady with you, and this lady who's with you, hiya Bernadette, the lady who's with you is showing me that hi Andrea, there's a lot going on in your life at the moment where you're having to sort out somebody else's mistakes. She said that she was the lady who always knew that she was just somebody that helped others on her pathway. She sorted people out. I feel she was either in the Wrens or the RAF because I'm seeing her in uniform. I feel there's photographs of her in uniform in World War II. She's saying to you that you have the strength to understand other people's misfortunes. And she said you do have the listening ear, and she's very proud of you. Mary, she gives me the names of Martha. She also gives me Margaret, and she also gives me as well Pearl. Sweetheart, she shows me a cottage in the country. So I know it's either in a little village where she lived or it's a village where you live, but it's a little cottage. As she steps aside, a gentleman comes forward, and the gentleman is about 5'8", 5'9". He's showing me his hands. He had quite big hands. But he said, just to say to you, you have got self-belief. You need to sort your life out. I don't know whether you're looking for a new job or a new house to live, because I'm seeing the changes that are coming around you. Right. I'm given William or Bill or Billy, and I'm also given George as well. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Cindy. I know there's a lot going on in your life, sweetheart, but you need to believe in yourself again. Okay. Whatever you do in the next 6 months will see a different Mary. I know there's a child in the spirit world that belongs with you, and it is a little boy. The little boy has got short trousers on and socks. So whether or not he did touch the earth plane or he passed when he was a youngster, I'm just seeing this young lad. All right? Just remember, sweetheart, trust. That's all I can say to you is trust. All right, sweetheart. And can I leave that with you and say thank you for working with me? Bernadette Connolly, please. Right, Bernadette. I'm choosing you. This is called the Syrinth, and it is another wild orchid. Can you see? It's a lovely, lovely purple. And this is for your spirituality. It's very much like a fuchsia to look at, but it is a wild orchid. It says, I am willing to find new ways to express my own creativity. You have got to start to come out of the past and start to move into the future. I know with you, sweetheart, you have a lot to do in this life. I'm hearing the song Over the Rainbow. So you must understand where that song is being sung for you. I'm told to say to you, every dog has his day. Just remember that, because you've got a lot going on in your life at the moment where you are not freeing yourself to move forward. I'm hearing someone laughing. So I know that laughter is part of what you like to do. You like the laughter. Okay. I've got a lady here and she just said, Bernie, put the kettle on. We'll have a cup of tea and we'll have some shortbread biscuits. I want to say this is either your mum or your grandma. She's sitting up a table and she's got the tea things out and it's all ready for the kettle to be boiled. She said she would sit with you when you were younger and she always had, you are welcome, sweetheart. There's a lot going on in your life, sweetheart, at the moment, but she's just saying you have to come out of the darkness into the light. Bernadette, I am giving Mary and also Nancy for you. But trust in yourself again. Says sometimes you'll get your day, darling. But you just want to say to yourself, every time I take a step forward, I'm only taking two back. I've got to start to move forward on my pathway. There's also a gentleman coming in, and this gentleman's just brought you a nice pear off his tree. He said, you have to have this juicy pear because it is part and parcel of what you need at the moment. He gives me John, and also he just given me Tony and Alan. He said I had to give you this and a new handkerchief to mop up the tears. And you're moving forward. That's what you needed to be doing. He's brought you a motorbike. So that must be a memory of a motorbike. Just look to September when things will change. All right, sweetheart? I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Andrea Rees, please. Andrea, you've got the wild carrot. Can you see it? It's only a small flower, but it is a beautiful flower. It's like lace. And it says, my vulnerability is my greatest strength. And it is. Andrea, you are, you have got quite a lot of strength around you, but you've got to start to believe that you can do things the way you want it to do. I feel this is you. I am not coming together the way I should do. Look at the water that's flowing underneath me. I want you to take that water within you, not only to help, but also to cleanse. All right, sweetheart. I have got a lady here with you. And this lady, I don't know whether she was a team leader in the brownies or the guides, but I can see badges. So whether you were in the guides or the brownies and she was with you, because she just said brown owl. Andrea, she said you have to listen to what your inner self is saying. She said you don't always listen, but she's saying here, you will get there in your own time. Andrea, she's showing me photographs in an album, and she's just said, shh, don't let people know your business. She said she never did, so you shouldn't either. And she's knitting socks, and I can see her with 4 needles, and she's knitting away here, and I feel this is memories for you. Andrea, she gives me Mary, Rita, and she's just given me also Margaret. She's showing me also, the name Lois, Lois. She's just given me Lois as well. I want to take you back to 7. And she said, you had a little accident. You either trapped your finger or cut your finger. And she had to make it better for you. And I want to say this is either your mum or your grandma. She said I had to give you some plums, and the plums are coming off of her tree, and she's making you a plum pie, but she just brought that with custard. There's also a gentleman coming into the kitchen. The gentleman is about, I want to say about 5'9". It gives me the name of Steve. So whether it is an uncle or a brother, but I want to give you Steve. I'm also seeing him mending a puncture in a bike. So maybe it is for you. Andrea, you have to get back on that pathway. The doorway's open. Your guides are there waiting. You just need to follow what your inner self is saying. Trust. That's all you have to do is trust. Trust your fellow men and you will get there. All right, Andrea, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Cindy Glover, please. Cindy Glover. Right. Cindy, this is the Nicotina. Can you see that? It's a lovely white flower with a yellow background. It is a small flower, but it normally put it in garden, and this would spread to cover a bare patch. It says, I have absolute faith and trust in life. Cindy, you are a strong lady. You have quite a lot to give. We have got 3 flowers here that are quite open and one that is just dying. Cindy, I want you to spread your wings. You've come a long way, and what I want to say to you is there is a long way to go on your path. I am shown here a beautiful, beautiful peony. And I feel this is coming to you from a gentleman in the spirit world. This is either your dad or your granddad. The peony is a beautiful red. And I know when it is out in full force, there's a passing, and I feel this is in May. I'm shown also you writing. So you've either got some letters to write, you've got some coursework to do, or you're writing a book, because I can see the paper and the pen and I can see you scribbling away. Cindy, there's a lady here with you, and I want to say sister, mother, or aunt. Passed before her time. She gives me Sheila and Shirley. I know they're connected. I'm seeing a key that was in a box, and it is a gold key. Maybe it's to do with a musical box, or it's to do with a locked box, but I'm given the key in a small box. Cindy, they're saying to you, you have to trust in your own instincts. I know at the end of the day, whatever happened in the past, let it go. Because I'm hearing that song, Let It Go, out of Frozen. I've got another lady coming in now, and she's giving me Francis. This lady is about 5'9". She's quite tall. She can't be 5'9". 5'8". But she is quite tall. I felt that she was in the Wrens, but she also loved the water, because she's just made a comment about my water. But she loved the sea. I'm seeing a cap on her head, and I know that she was a strong lady. I don't know whether she passed before her time, but I know the name of Francis is around her. As she steps aside, there's a gentleman that stood beside her, and I'm given the name of Jim or James, and I'm also given as well an old Austin car and photographs of 3 people around this Austin car. If I look at the back of the photograph, I can see 1968. So I know it's all connected around there. I don't know whether it is you that's got the headaches, but I'm told you need to get your eyes sorted so that the headaches are not too severe, because you've been looking too close in something. But I've asked for something special for you, and I have been given a peacock's feather. And that peacock's feather is for good luck. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Caroline Breen, please, can I talk to you? Caroline, you have got the Aquilegia, or the granny's bonnet. It's a lovely flower that comes out in spring. It usually comes out in March and is usually just died off to seeds by May. But it's very much, if you look at the side of it, it looks like the granny's bonnet now. But this is a beautiful white flower, and it is beautiful, pure white. They're every colour of the rainbow, Aquilegia. My favourite is the deep purple one. But Caroline, I know this is free to you because I feel the lady you have with you loved the freesias and also loved the Aquilegia. And this card says, I am free to express genuine innocence and purity. Because as I said, this is for purity. Caroline, I know the lady I have with you was a washerwoman because I can see her washing. And she's washing by hand. Although she's got a washing machine, she liked to do the washing so that it was always lovely and soft. And I can see her washing baby clothes, and she's got sturgeon, and she is washing things out, and I can see her just squeezing them through into the bowl. And as she's rinsed them, she's stretched them out onto a towel, and she's leaving them to dry in that space. I feel this lady would either be your grandmother or your mom. She was a lady that loved life. I feel she left before her time, and I can feel it was a chest problem that took her. She's showing me a locket, and in the locket is a picture of a man and a woman. I don't know whether you've got it or you understand where it is, but I know I have to give you that. I am shown also some picture postcards, and these postcards are in an album. So I feel this lady or you used to save postcards. She just said, I've got to give you Olive and Dorothy. I know as she's doing her little bit of washing, she's saying, you've got the locket, that's lovely. But she's just saying about being careful with your delicates. Make sure that you wash them properly. Caroline, a gentleman now just walked in, and he gives me John. And he just said, you have to be more open with yourself. Join a circle that can help you to progress. Don't rely on other people who you don't feel you can trust. Dorothy may be called as Dot, but I just know they're connected. The gentleman is also saying, you've always been trustworthy, and because you can trust yourself, if you feel that somebody who is around you is not trustworthy, then walk away. Trust in your instincts. He's showing me a beautiful rose bush, and the rose bush has got yellow roses on. And I don't know whether it is called memories or something like that, but I know this yellow rose bush is in the garden. Caroline, he just said, always trust in your own instincts or your own gut feeling. And he says, I love you. All right, sweetheart. I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Patrick Monaghan, please, can I talk to you? Patrick, the card I've chosen for you is the Buttercup. Can you see that lovely buttercup? And this is for memories. Can you see the beautiful yellow? And if you remember with a buttercup, your grandmother or your mum always used to wave it under your chin and say to you, do you like butter? And if it shone, because the inside of a buttercup has got a shiny surface. Patrick, this is for memories, I feel. And it says, I give thanks and gratitude for all that is. And I know that you are very strong in the mind and the body. I want to say to you, expand your vision. Patrick, let's show people how strong you are. You take a lot on board, but sometimes you feel, I don't need this anymore. I don't want these people around me. And you walk away. But sometimes you have to feel that the positivity from yourself and people that are not showing people what you're doing, then it is time to walk away. Little steps, little steps. Patrick, I have a lady with you, and she's wearing a purple twin set and pearls. And I'm seeing her in a photograph. I am seeing her sitting on a chair, and I don't know whether she's reading or looking at a knitting pattern. I know as I'm talking to this lady, she gives me the names of Iris and Eileen. I know this lady also was very strong in the mind. I feel she left before her time, but I know that she was also very strong in what she said. She would speak her mind. She's very much like you, Patrick. You speak your mind. I'm also seeing a photograph, and it's in an oval frame, and it is of a house. And the lady is saying, a house is always a home as long as you make it so. And this is what she's saying to you. As she steps aside, I've got a gentleman here. And the gentleman, as he comes forward, I want to say he's about 5'7", 5'8". He likes a pint or two. He liked to be outside. He's showing me buttercups. I'm also smelling oil. I don't know whether he worked in a garage, but I'm given Jim. And I'm also given William. I know he had a scar round about here. I don't know whether he had an accident and caused this scar, but I know he had the scar. He's saying here, Patrick, take time for you. And know that you have got a long way to go. I don't know why, but I want to give you the name of either Kera, Kera, or Clara. I'm not sure. But I know at the end of the day, sweetheart, always remember, trust in your own instincts. I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Linda Scanlon, please. Linda, can I talk to you? Kira, then thank you. Right. Linda Scanlon, you have got the celandine, and that is the lovely spring flower that comes just after the snowdrops. Look at that lovely yellow. It is so tiny though, this has been enlarged. But this is beautiful because the celandine is always the shy flower. And it says, my dreams become reality as I open myself to limitless possibilities. Linda, I know there's a lot going on in your life at the minute. And I know that you just need just to settle down and show people just who you are. Don't let others put you down, because I just saw somebody putting the hand over you. So maybe somebody that is either jealous of you or you know who I'm talking about. Linda, you've come a long way. You have to shut the door to the past now and move forward. I have a lady with you and she gives me the name of Rose. And I also have with you as well the name of Margaret. The lady with you is standing at the cooker and she's making, I think it's a sausage casserole, because I saw her frying sausages and then putting them into this casserole dish. So she's making a sausage casserole. And I feel that was her speciality. She loved to make that, especially on a cold winter's night. And she always made her own bread rolls as well. She's saying here, there's been some struggles in the past, but you've started to come out more and show your true self, and she's proud of you. I don't know whether this is your mum or your grandma, but I know this lady, she loved you to bits. And she gives you some white roses with love, because they're for always. Sweetheart, she's got glasses and short hair. Again, I feel she had problems with her chest before she went to the spirit world. But she loved to read, because she's showing me books, Mills and Boons. As she steps aside, I've got a gentleman here. He's not got a lot of hair on his head. He's wearing like a herringbone jacket. And I feel he either worked on the land or he just loved his garden. He gives me Bill and Brian. I know as he's talking to me, he said, you are a strong lady with lots of love to give to others. And he said he's proud of how far you've come. And he said to say to you, never ever stop looking back. Because when you can see how far you've come, then you should be proud. Okay, Linda? And I'm given a lovely, lovely pink rose to go with your white ones. All right, sweetheart? I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Right. Can I talk to Jodie Jenkins, please? Jodie Jenkins. Right, Jodie Jenkins. You've got the pulsata. Look at that lovely flower. It's a deep purple with pink inside. It grows on the side of You know, when you've got like a rockery, it grows very much strong there. Jody, it says, I release old emotions that no longer serve my being. And I feel that's what you've got to do. You've got to release old emotions, because I feel there's been a lot of things happen in your life where you felt at a bit of a loss. But I know at the end of the day, you are stronger than what you feel you are. I'm seeing here a lady playing patience, because what she's saying to you is you've been asking questions of spirit, and the answers you're getting are patience. It will happen at its own time. I want you to get yourself a citrine. It is it's like a orangey pink crystal, and just put that into your pocket. That will help you, and that is an answer to your questions. It will happen. All right. The lady playing patience is about, I want to say, about 5'3". She gives me the names of Jean, and also gives me Janet as well. So I don't know whether Jean is your grandma or your mom, or Janet is your mom, but I know they're connected somewhere around you. She's very much a lady that she likes to sit by herself. And she said, so do you. You like your own space. She said that. You're really sensitive. Sweetheart, I feel you need to find yourself a circle that can help you to progress. I know there's lots of churches that have circles. So just Google a church that has a circle. Gentleman now comes in and he gives me Barry. I know as he comes forward, he was in the army. He'd shown me his uniform, and he was always smartly dressed. He also gives me Gareth, so I know there's a Gareth around you as well. I see a black and white cat, and I also see a big ginger tomcat as well. I know as I'm talking to you, sweetheart, although you are highly sensitive, you also see spirit, you feel them, and you know when they're around you. So ask your guides to help you to find yourself. Because at the end of the day, always go with your own gut feeling. If you think things are not quite right, then let it go. All right? We'll leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Pamela Beakhurst, please. Pamela Beakhurst. Hi, Annette. Ah, thank you. You're welcome, Jody. Okay, sweetheart. So find yourself a circle that can help you. Tell you what, read the book, Betty Shine's Workbook. That would help you to understand more about yourself. All right, sweetheart? Okay. Who did I just say? You're welcome, sweetheart. Pamela Beakhurst, are you still here? Okay. Right, Pamela Beakhurst. And you've got the iris. Isn't that pretty? And it says, I accept my own perfection. So, Pamela, what I'm saying to you is, if you're still here, that love comes round you and it's absolutely perfect. You have a lot going on in your life at the moment, but you need to start to believe that you can move forward. No pressure. Just show how strong you are. Pamela, there is a lady with you that is quite strong. She was strong-willed when she was on the earth plane. She said she's very much like you. And I know with you, Pamela, that you just need, just for a moment, to stop, look, and listen. I know at the end of the day, whatever you do, you will find the true meaning of what you need to be. I also know with you as well, there is many things that have happened that you couldn't find an answer to. But I know at the end of the day, you will find that answer. Pamela, the lady with you is either your mum or your grandma. She's 5'4". She's making marmalade. I know that she often made jams, but this is marmalade. She said just to say, once you can start to put things away, then you've always got food in the cupboard. I'm feeling a headache around my eyes, so problems with you. Okay, sweetheart. She just said, just to say to you, never ever stop worrying about yourself. You'll get there. And because you haven't answered me, I am going to move on to the next one. So, Annette Williams, can I talk to you, please? Annette Williams. Annette, you have got the granny spell, and it is a lovely little flower, look, that grows among the, the hedgerows. Such a pretty little flower. It's like a pinky, purpley colour. And it says, I allow my heart to expand with love. And this is for Annette Williams. Annette, I know with you we've been having struggles, but I know that you always seem to come out properly. You have got a lot going on in your life at the moment, but your strength comes from within. I feel a bit unbalanced with you at the minute, but it's not because of choice, it's because of things that have happened. You are a strong lady and you have a lot of love to give to others. But I know at the end of the day, whatever you have done in the past, you will always get there in the end. Annette, I have a lady here with you. And this lady, she comes forward. She is about 5'4". She was a lady that loved to be outside. She loved it when the summertime, when it was a bit warm. She also loved her garden. And she's showing me the expanse. So I know that you come from Australia, but I know she's showing me the expanse. And she's saying here that you helped a lot when you were younger. She's showing me a boat on a lake. So I don't know whether you absolutely loved to be on water or you love water, because she's showing me so much. Annette, she said, you have got the strength of mind to help others. But she said, sometimes you have to help yourself too. I am given Gladys. I am given Anne, A-N-N. I am also given as well Margaret. I know she had a lot of friends, your mum. And I feel that it could be also her friends. She said about giving you some dahlias. She said the dahlias are the most beautiful flowers because they come in both colours. She said she loved the big orange ones. She's standing up at a table and she's baking bread. I feel when there was a problem with food supplies, she would always make bread. She's saying you, Annette, take time to help other people, and she's so proud of you. She has a baby girl with her. It's either yours or hers. But this little girl has been around your home just recently, and she's been moving things. She's dancing like a little ballerina. But she just said, now is the time to make them challenges better. Right, I have a gentleman now with you. And this gentleman, as he comes forward, he's got a bit of a beard here. He's very much a man that liked to be outdoors too. He also loved to go fishing. He's why I don't okay. He's showing me you sitting on his knee watching the television, and you'd be watching cartoons. I feel this is your dad. He feels as though he lost a lot of weight before he passed to the spirit world. He gives me John, Arthur, and also he gives me Peter. Annette, you've got lots and lots going on in your life at the minute. And I'm told here just to say to you, time to trust in yourself again. Show others that you are important. And I've just been given Jean for you. So Jean is either your mum or your grandma. And I am shown also a wallaby. Okay. You understand why I want to give you a wallaby? because, and I want to give you Harry as well. Okay, sweetheart, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Leanne L. Leanne. I'm trying to get around as many as I can for you today. Right. Leanne L. This is the Oriental Poppy. Can you see how pretty that is? This poppy always falls into itself. Okay, this says, my life is blessed with so much abundance. Leanne, these petals I want to pull out and make you a dress out of them, because I feel you're going to a party where you need a new dress. I have a lady with you, and this lady feels very much a mum or a grandma, and she wants you to have the new dress. She said you have to look spectacular because you sometimes forget that you are a beautiful person. Leanne, she said, just to say to you, stop struggling. Things will work itself out. But she said, never ever throw stones at those who can't help themselves. So I feel this is like telling you that don't say things about others when they don't know. Okay. Leanne, there's so much love coming to you from this lady. And I feel that she would always brush your hair, plait your hair, always make sure that you were dressed properly. And that's why she's brought you a dress for the party. And it is a beautiful pink one. Leanne, as she steps aside, I've got a gentleman here. And this gentleman, as he comes forward, dad or granddad, George, John, and Arthur, love to be outside in his garden. I see him stringing up his beans. I also see him with a watch. And I feel the watch was one of those that were passed down. I don't know whether you've got that watch or somebody in the family's got the watch. You know, like the station master's watch. That's what I'm seeing. I feel he was a strong man when he was on the earth plane, but he loved also to make sure that everything was okay. I can see him putting bird feeders up because he loved his birds. He's shown me also that he used to smoke Golden Virginia. And I know also that he passed before his time. I feel he was in the Air Force, and I also feel as well Stan is also a name connected. He's handed you, Leanne, a beautiful daisy. And he said, Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. So I know that he was a man that was a bit of a joker. But at the end of the day, Leanne, remember, you are a person that is very much loved by the spirit world. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. Right, Ross Sherry, please. I'm going to talk to you. Right, Ross Sherry. Okay. Roz, you've got the oxeye daisy, the one that grows in the lawn. It looks a bit tattered, doesn't it? Lost its few of its petals. But it's a beautiful flower because it is one that opens up to the sunlight. And it says, beyond resistance, I find my own bliss. When I look at this daisy, this is like you. You're open to whoever can help you to progress, because I feel you do need to progress. And I want to get this flower and say, he loves me not. He loves me not. And take all that away, because I feel you've been questioning yourself just recently. Now is the time to find you again. And I know there's a lot going on in your life at the minute, but I feel that I can sense movement around you. So either move in home, move in partnership, or move in job. But I know there's movement. But I also know at the end of the day, you need to find who you are again. I know there's a lot going on in your life, and I know that you've struggled in the past, but you will get there. I have a lady here with you. She's about 5'4". She gives me the name of Pat. And I don't know whether that's her name or there's a Pat around you. But I know there's also a Dorothy with you as well. The lady's standing up the kitchen sink, and I can see her washing dishes. I know this lady never ever did anything by halves. It all had to be done all at once. So when the dinner was finished, the washing up was done. If she was doing washing, it had to go out straight away. If it was raining, it'd go onto a clothes area. She never stopped. She did it all her own way. And I'm hearing that song, My Way. So I know this was what she did. You know, I want to give you Frankie, the name Frankie as well. Again, migraines. Is it you that's got migraines? It's your stepmom. Okay. But she was very much a lady that just wanted everything done her way. Okay. She's sat down now and she's just making a list. And she was a lady that made a list for everything. I'm giving Hilda and a gentleman that comes in, and the gentleman's given me Peter and also Alan. The gentleman is either your brother or your uncle. I feel he had an accident. So accident at work, I feel. But whatever, ever happened with him, he just wants to let you know that he's okay. And I know there's a lot going on in your life at the moment. But he's very, very much with you. And he said, don't pressurize yourself. Just move forward and find yourself again. All right, sweetheart. I know at the end of the day, sweetheart, trust yourself and you will get there. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you for working with me. So now it is the time for me to say good night, because I have to do my husband's bloods at 5 o'clock. It's now just over, but whatever. I'm back on Sunday, 3 till 4. So for all of those who have had readings, thank you for being here and giving me the answers. But those who missed out, I'm so sorry. But maybe next time. So good night. God bless.